Dianne Leitao Pina has the distinction of being one of the first females to earn an athletic scholarship at Providence College. Her path to Providence began in New Bedford, growing up playing basketball during a time when women's athletics was finally emerging from the shadows.
When I was young, I was a very shy person. I'm not that way anymore, but I think playing sports was my how I communicated with what I was feeling. When I got on that basketball court, I just felt superior. I felt strong. I felt confident. And I let my basketball do the talking. I love to rebound. I love to get in there, pushing people around because I was kind of shy. Yeah, it was my shyness that, and I was good at it. So I would get attention, and that to me gave me confidence.
Helen Burt, the famed architect of women's athletics at the college, scouted and recruited a young Dianne and offered her a spot on Providence's women's basketball team. With the help of that scholarship and financial aid, Dianne was given the opportunity to attend college and play the sport she loved.
It was financial aid, scholarship money. That was one of the main reasons. I don't think I would have been able to go to college without it. This was also a big deal for me because I love sports, and Helen was able to come to my game. I'm from New Bedford, Massachusetts. It was my worst game of my senior year. She offered me a scholarship, even though it wasn't my best game. And so, along with the fact that it was only 45 minutes away from my home, I've never really left my hometown other than New York a couple of times. So, and the size, it wasn't overwhelming. I have to say, I don't remember when I got the call or letter, but I do remember being excited. It was in the newspaper, local newspaper. That was exciting because at the time, obviously, there was no internet, no social media. That was the way people learned your news. It was the first, I believe, in New England, but along with my scholarship, there were three other girls. So we had four scholarships coming in for a team that probably was 1 or 2 years old. Again, Helen started the program a few years before we did, and with the Title IX enactment, allowed us to free up the scholarships for women in those days. So I'll have to say, when I played high school basketball, it wasn't a popular thing to do. In fact, my mom would wonder why I was always at the park playing basketball and thought maybe I should be doing other things. But I see now, I'm very proud to see how girls in sports, it's totally acceptable. It just makes me happy to see that it's accepted. Helped a lot of women get to college. Just to see the progress from when I started, when it wasn't really accepted at Providence. It was, obviously. We didn't have as much court time as the men. We didn't have the budget for trainers, and I don't even think we had a workout room. I'm pretty sure the men did, but Helen did her best to get us everything we needed. And she was right there along with us, supporting us, a motherly type, checking on us all the time, not just with basketball, with our classes, with our health and well-being. So I have some awesome memories of her. As an athlete, I felt on campus that I had a little more credibility. I had my teammates who we got along great. And since I was away from home for the first time, they were kind of like my surrogate family along with Helen. I also was part of I did receive a Martin Luther King scholarship. So I had a lot of friendships with the African-American community. There wasn't a lot of us, but we stood together. So I also had that. I felt like I was pretty well taken care of. I spent a lot of time in the gym, more for recreation, and that's where I felt comfortable. I didn't have a vehicle, so most of my time was on campus. I was busy, 2 hours, 3 hours of practice, work, 5 classes every semester. I did a little, we socialized occasionally on the weekends with some of the more the African-American students, because it was separate. Even though I had, the team was mostly white for the girls, we had a great relationship. We didn't really hang a lot in the sense that going out on the weekend socially. So, but I do remember enjoying it a lot. I didn't really get homesick. It was a really great experience. But Helen did fight for us to actually play at the Providence Civic Center. There were a couple of games that we were the preliminary game before the men's team. So we got a lot of crowd support. That was exciting to play at the Providence Civic Center. I had a lot of moments, and this might not seem significant, but growing up poor and going to play on the women's team, the fact that we got free sneakers, uniforms, people there to wash our practice uniforms, and that to me was it was mind blowing. I'm like, what? I get 2 free pairs of Adidas and all the socks and jerseys, and I love the food in the cafeteria. And some of the trips with the girls, we had traveled in a 15-passenger van to our away games, which was not very comfortable, but I remember the long rides to some of the games and spending time with the girls on the van rather.